We just arrived. We're going to have some adult fun this evening. Possibly win some money. Here we go. Yeah, Buffalo's being really nice to me right now, guys. I'm in the bonus right now and I just keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. Oh my. Oh, man, this is so awesome. Yeah, I'm riding Buffalo tonight. Look at this. Oh my. 200 and going, guys. Oh, this is nuts. Oh, gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh. Oh, gimme. I need some new parts for my R50. Let's keep it going. Oh. My wife's not even here. She's around the corner, guys. I'm freaking riding the hell out of this Buffalo right now. Oh my goodness. It is just after 3 a.m. Did really good in the casino. I ended up winning about $270. My wife won another 160. And we were there for maybe an hour, guys. And on top of all of this, we went to the wrong casino. We meant to go to the Eureka, but we ended up going to the Virgin River Casino, which is like a small hole in the wall right next door. And we made out like bandits. Won a couple $100, and we decided to take the money and run. So now we're on our way back home. Yeah, guys, managed a break night here. Just got home, getting our stuff out the car, and gonna make our way to bed here. Welcome back to another video, guys. Today is Sunday, April 30th, and you guessed it, we are, oh, check this out. Amazon's new electric fleet. We actually have them here. Wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Today we're heading to the Junkyard, but this isn't gonna be your typical Junkyard video. So we have a viewer that recently commented on one of my Junkyard videos and stated that I should try using some of the parts that I pull at the Junkyard on my own R50. And you know what I've been thinking? And you're absolutely right. But you know what? I've already been using those parts, bro. I don't know how long you've been following along on the channel, but anyone that's been here since the beginning, you guys know full and well that I use a lot of these parts, if not all of them, on my personal R50. The SE luggage rack that you see there, Junkyard score. The trunk privacy covers that's not in the back of my R50 right now, Junkyard score. The steel wheels, minus my Falcon Wild Peaks, obviously, but the steel wheels here, my 15x8 steelies, Junkyard score. The wheel center caps that you see there on my rear wheels, Junkyard score. What else? Oh, the rear hatch glass mod. And I'll show that to you now just in case you missed that too. See that button right there? Yeah, that's not a feature that came standard on my R50, it being a 2001. But yeah, Junkyard score. The switch and the actuator that makes everything happen back here. And again, the list goes on and on. Well, I'll keep going. The hood bug shield that you see, Junkyard score. That transfer case skid plate that you see there, Junkyard score. And I'll highlight even more in the body of this video so you guys can see what I mean. But I've been using Junkyard parts. I don't always sell everything that I come across. Majority of it gets slapped on my own personal R50, or I just keep it for spare parts. But yeah, I'm already doing it, bro. But good advice though, not just for myself but for anyone that frequents the junkyard in search of parts. You know, a lot of those parts that you need and desire, you could probably find them in the junkyard if you look hard enough. One of the first junkyard parts ever used on my R50, and also the very first part that I flipped, period. We have this guy. Reason why I grabbed this one is because the chrome plating is still there. Mine's is all degraded and it looks all ugly with a bunch of corrosion. And the best part is, came with these and the harness. Also, I should mention that if you have an R50 and you live in the Rust Belt, you've probably already encountered this issue concerning the screws for the license plate illumination. I had to end up taking this whole bracket off just so I could change my bulbs from the other side, and it was not fun at all. I'm gonna replace the entire assembly. I won't have to worry about that in the future. That's what's poppin'. Oh, it looks like I have a little bit of competition today. Somebody here with an Infinity QX4. Hopefully they're not after the same stuff as me, but let's go in and see. So here's a 1997 R50, and on it was these 15-inch steelies. This thing's been in the yard for 4 days, guys. And I'm amazed nobody took them. They took the lugs off, but left all four here. So I'm gonna go ahead and help myself. Here with one of my viewers, this is Rush. I met him some time ago. This is his son. They're here having a guy's day out at the junkyard pulling some parts. I am so stoked about finding those wheels. You guys don't know how long I've been hunting. So I have, tires and wheels all loaded into the back of my R50. I still can't believe that I have these wheels in my possession. Oh my gosh, man. And I was about to go buy a set from a guy off of I think he was on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. They were actually looking for $250, I think, and it was the same exact wheels pretty much, but I like these better. And I got a steal on them. So today we're wrenching on this 2004 R50 Pathfinder. From this guy, we're gonna go ahead and harvest the strut mounts. So right there, I've loosened the strut bolt on both of the mounts. And now we're gonna remove the top of the strut from the vehicle here. We need these strut mounts because mine is pretty rusted, especially on the driver's side, I believe. And I'm pretty sure that when I go to take things apart to lift my truck, that hardware is just gonna disintegrate. So I'm gonna get these guys out, and hopefully we can get this out with very little effort. So far, the truck's been working with me. Now that we have everything nicely compressed, so we got our strut mount removed. And again, I just primarily needed this for the studs because the aftermarket one that I bought from KYD on Rock Auto doesn't come with the studs. So here we have today's latest catch at the junkyard. We have our strut mounts. We have our strut bellows and strut hats. And we also have a couple of insulators here. So here we have it, guys. The strut assembly is fully assembled. Thunderbirds at it again, guys. Look at them go. They're doing a practice run. It looked so marvelous when they were approaching. I wish I had my camera out in time. So initially, I was planning on taking all 4 of these wheels. But realistically, I only needed 1 of these wheels. I don't think anyone's going to be interested in just the 3, so I'm just going to take this one. I'm going to use it for a spare. It holds air. Yeah, this tire is very old, so we will be replacing this with a newer used tire because it's going to be a spare. I'm not investing hundreds of dollars in a tire that's probably never going to get used, maybe but once in a blue moon. So I'm going to get this guy. But in the meantime, I'll now have 4 SE OEM wheel center caps. Like I said, I only needed 2. This is mainly for the back wheels, just to clean things up, make it look more uniform. I think my plan for these are to take them home, clean them up, and paint them black, and put maybe a little coat of clear coat on there, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, guys, it gets even better with this 2003 SE trim. This luggage rack, man, I actually have a luggage rack project that I've been working on, but I think I'd much rather utilize this one. I mean, it's ready to rock. I mean, check that out. All I have to do is just clean it and slap it on my truck. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this guy next. We're gonna be doing a few upgrades and replacements on my R50. We're gonna go ahead and replace the cluster that's in my R50. The cluster works, everything functions as it should, except the 4x4 indication light. This particular cluster does not have the bulb in that position, and reason being is because it's not original to my R50. Turns out that the previous owner replaced my cluster with a Junkyard one that was from a 2-wheel drive R50. So whenever I put my truck in 4 high or 4 low, I don't get that indication light because the 2-wheel drive R50 wouldn't have that bulb in that position. So we picked this one yesterday from the Junkyard from a 2001 R50, I believe it was. And it was a 4-wheel drive. And this is what the cluster should look like for this particular truck. Turns out that the previous owner replaced it because there were some illumination issues. Sadly, he never kept the original cluster, and I never got a chance to look at it. Now, the truck itself has about 220,000 miles on it. I think 222 or 223,000 miles on the actual physical truck. But the cluster, I know it's showing closer to 400,000. I'm sorry I've been lying to you guys. I really wish that those miles were true, but they're not. But we still have a lot of miles on this thing, and even more so to go. Now, last but not least, we have a couple of sun visors. And if you notice here, there's a few things that are a little bit different about this particular setup. Now, usually you would find these sun visors on like an Infiniti QX4 or an R50 Pathfinder that may be like a LE trim, because this right here is a premium feature. So you actually get 2 sun visors for 1. So you have the main portion of the visor here. This will flip out and go towards the doors on either side. And then you have this little panel here. This will actually flip down and go into your line of sight on the actual windshield. So you get coverage from the windshield and from the door, which I think is awesome. It's something that I've been wanting to do on this R50 for quite a while. A few days ago, I went to the Junkyard with my wife, and we were able to score 2 of these. Yep. Glad I took my time with that one. I was trying to remember which direction this went. Sadly, while I was at the Junkyard, I did break one of these prying at it. So there we have it, guys, all nicely installed. We still have to clean it up a little bit. But yeah, vanity mirror works. Same over here. Try not to touch it so much with my dirty hands. Yeah. And they look like they belong. So now I have everything nicely reinstalled. Looks more original now. This is what our cluster should look like, guys. Let me turn off my light here. Bam. So we pretty much had to change every single bulb except the one that illuminates the trip meter. Let me put my keys in here so you guys can see that everything works. High beam, cruise control, 4-wheel drive. That's the main reason why we changed the cluster, guys. We didn't have this particular feature in the cluster that's been in here. Here's the supple trunk lid weather seal. This weather seal came from the same R50, this trunk privacy cover, and even it is still looking as good as it did the day that I picked it. It does need a little bit of cleaning. I haven't cleaned it in a while, but still serving its purpose. I've scored multiple of these at the Junkyard too. I actually have this one and a spare. Also got the 4-way connector there. I had to replace the OEM one because the actual connector was all busted. So I replaced it with a Junkyard piece. What else we got? Oh, a front propeller shaft here. When we first got the R50, that wasn't attached. The owner had taken it off for some reason. It wasn't until later on when I went to go put it back on the vehicle that I learned that the reason why they removed it is because they never serviced it. And the U-joints were basically giving way. So we had a lot of undesired vibration. The center console lid that you guys see here, this too was a Junkyard score. The replacement clock, floor mat, cover here for the 12-volt outlet. These are all products of the Junkyard, guys. Let's not forget about the rear door seals here. Bits and pieces of emission stuff. Even this little guy. You know, just having both of those there to hang stuff, it's really nice. And it's something that I actually utilize all the time. So, the rear wiper blade here. Junkyard score. This reflector here, this was broken too. That's a Junkyard replacement. We have a viewer that asked about my exhaust here. Let me see if I can get in here and give you guys a shot. So yeah, you can see it there. It's not a hole, it's complete and utter separation. And like I mentioned in the comments, it's right before where the muffler meets the rear section of the tailpipe. Right before that area where it bolts up with those two nuts and bolts. It rusted away, and the reason why that's broken is because the very first time I took this thing on a trail, I pretty much finished it because the bottom of that exhaust pipe, it was already gone, and it was just the top section that was holding the rest of the exhaust together. And the muffler itself is starting to cavitate. Let me see if I can show you guys that. Yeah, you guys see that? Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. But, all right, guys, it's Junkyard Day. Here we have a 2001 Infiniti QX4. I'm gonna take this muffler, but the actual muffler, guys, is still holding up well. Cutting the old muffler now. Yeah, all of it. But yeah, guys, there's a lot of things that make up my R50 that are all results of the Junkyard. So yeah, make no mistake, this thing is built out of junk, literally. Thanks again for stopping by the Camper Dan Files. My name is Chris. If you've enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a like. And while you're at it, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep using your Pathfinder as a Pathfinder, on or off the pavement.